Welcome everybody to a special edition of Post-Production, our first post-production from the Post Office West.
Post Office West.
Post Office
POW.
West. POW, yeah.
I'm a prisoner of way.
Yes. Well, I know, John, you just moved in, so you're still probably getting set up there, but we can almost see a brief glimpse into what the Post Office has to offer with your collection of DVDs back there.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Dude, that was all in my storage unit that I found, along with like these thousands of CDs. I've got books over there. I've got my Nitro book. And no one can see this way, but what do you think of the Dallas?
Well, of course they could
Windows.
see it. Now they could see it. How about that?
The biggest things in life. I've got Dallas and OSW.
Beautiful.
All represented here.
Very well decorated. But my question, though, where are the VHS tapes? Your boxes and boxes of VHS
Oh, you know
tapes.
what? These are some of them.
Oh, my God.
Here.
You actually kept them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a bunch of them. You know what? These... that's like
what are those?
7 years of Observers.
All right, well.
So you're getting quite the glimpse here into my office space that is in dire need of some work.
I think it's in dire need of digitizing. That's what I think.
No, I just was reading the other day about how analog is making a comeback amongst people that are like getting more into typewriters now, and it's the analog comeback. I'm all for it. I think you and I should be like cutting tape next time when we start putting this together. We can put out. You know what would be funny? I don't even want to record this. It's a great idea, but never mind. It might involve cassette tapes.
Reel to reel.
Could you imagine if we put out a cassette tape and sold it?
That is actually quite brilliant,
dude. Don't even put that in. Okay. No, someone's going to take that.
I'll censor it. Well, what are we here to do? We are here.
We're going to go back to a time when cassettes were all the rage. We're going back to 2012, the year Braden and Davey were born.
Pretty much, yeah. 2012, and this was, of course, the time when Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi first battled in the Budokan.
Yes. They had, I'm aware of a 2 out of 3 falls match they had several years prior to this, but this was DDT's 15th anniversary show, and at Budokan Hall, the site of this weekend's big rematch between the two.
Yeah.
This is the infamous match between the two that led to Ibushi being banned from the building.
Yeah, and maybe a bit of context heading into this match. This was the two of them battling for the King of DDT Championship. I believe Kenny Omega had won a chance to win. Kota Ibushi is the champion. Kenny Omega won some type of tournament.
Yes.
To earn the title shot.
Yeah, it was like the King of DDT tournament to get this title shot. So that is the premise of the match, to set this up.
And these two
tag partners.
Exactly. These two are former tag partners. By this point, Ibushi, I think, also held the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title with some excursions over to New Japan.
Yeah, both had like gone to New Japan as outsiders, even winning the junior heavyweight tag titles together. But this of course preceded Kenny making that full jump to New Japan that he would as a member of the Bullet Club.
And I believe the story is that Ibushi by this point had seen a lot of singles success and was kind of overshadowing Kenny as sort of the star of the team. And Kenny...
Yeah, did you think Kenny would ever make it as a single star in 2012?
At this point, who knew, right? So anyway, that's about all the setup that we, I think, need to give. If you want to look for this match, I will include a link here, but at the same time, do support DDT World. They are
DDT Universe.
DDT Universe. I mean, they are. You can watch this match in full. We'll do this, I believe, the same way that we will do all of our anniversary shows. So there's a link available. Who knows how long this link will be available? So if you're interested, watch it while you can, and we will tell you when to hit play. Do you want to count us down?
All right. We're about to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, play.
Alrighty.
And if you don't have the benefit of video, you can listen like they did back in 2012 on the radio for our commentary. That's what this experience can be like.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So,
whichever way, you're going to be greatly entertained by this.
That's right. Yeah.
Now we should add, you and I are watching this soundless, so this crowd's really dead.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, this is almost less of a match for the audio. Let me just double check. Yeah. All right,
we're doing multiple things on this laptop.
That's okay.
So.
You know what I'll do? I'll actually feed a bit of audio in to the bottom of this.
Oh, okay.
So people
I can hear it now. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Here is Kenny coming out. So Omega, I want to say now, is 33, 34. So we're looking at him, around, I would guess around 26 at this time. I might be off by a year.
Very young. Very
jacked.
You know what? I'll say, it definitely feels like Kenny's...
Dude, this is so Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. But, looking at Kenny here and looking at Kenny now, you could definitely see a bit of aging on the man. I mean, obviously, he's thicker now. He's a heavyweight, legitimately. But he's also been through quite a few wars, I would say, between this period and how we see him now.
I looked like this around 26.
Oh, is that right?
Without a shirt on. But when you think of that photo that the WWE put out a while ago, the Deep South photo of Kenny Omega, I mean, that was like 6 years before this match in 2012. Mm-hmm. And at that point, my God, he looks like a child.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Curly hair.
Put on a lot of bulk, in a good way.
Kota Ibushi, on the other hand,
always youthful.
He looks exactly he looks just like he does here. Maybe a shorter haircut. That's about it. So there he is holding the DDT King of DDT Championship as well as the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title.
Just forever youthful babyface that he has.
He looks like a host.
A host?
Yeah, sorry. Are you familiar with host clubs in Japan?
No, I'm thinking of a game show host when you say
no,
that.
Not exactly. These are places that single people can go to in order to be entertained by the company of men or women. So they're host and hostess clubs, and they would essentially be just providing company to people that are looking to pay for it.
Okay, well, that's your first thought of Kota Ibushi.
He's got that type of haircut.
At this time. Opinion. How old do you think Kota Ibushi is right now?
At this moment in 2012?
Yes.
Okay. I kind of know his age right now, so I can kind of do the math. I'm assuming 32?
He was 30 at this point.
30,
He's 36 right now.
I thought he was 38 right now. Okay.
No, he's 36.
Okay. Still looks
I think of 36 as older, but I also don't think of myself as necessarily that old, but apparently I am, so... Yeah. I feel, though, I'm older than Kota Ibushi.
Maybe. At this age, you mean?
I feel Kota Ibushi is forever, 20 years old.
He does have a baby face, and the man keeps himself in tremendous condition. What about this gentleman with the afro? How much DDT have you seen?
Minimal. I'm not the expert on DDT that someone like a Chris Charlton would be. So you're going to have to...
Gentleman with the afro presents the belt. I'd love to know what this... Do
you think he'll return on Saturday, maybe as a nostalgia, to introduce the B Block final?
Highly doubtful. No. Have you seen this match before?
I've only seen highlights. I don't think I've ever watched the full thing start to finish.
Yeah. I think I started watching it, but then I think I stopped because I was busy with something else. So,
do you expect, as we watch this, we're recording this on Thursday, 2 days before Saturday's match, do you expect that we're going to see callbacks on Saturday's beyond the balcony dive?
Knowing these two, beyond the balcony dive, I wonder, but knowing how the type of deep storytelling that these two are known for, I would certainly expect something. So that's part of the big reason why I wanted to rewatch this, so that I could be ready for that.
Do you ever go back and watch matches just on your own without any purpose for reviewing?
From time to time, if I'm really interested in the story, and this would be one of those times.
It's very difficult for me now, given how much there is to keep up with currently, to ever go back and watch stuff that, I don't know, it's kind of vain of myself to think that if I'm going to watch something, it's got to be something I'm going to have use for.
It's not that vain, I would say, for you, because I think there are people that would be very curious to know what you thought of everything, including Lucha Underground, which I had no idea there was a market for.
I was just watching it before you got here, actually. Really? I was catching up on this week's episode.
Yeah.
And given the description... Maybe we'll have an encore next week.
Yeah.
I feel that... I was so surprised so many people enjoyed that Lucha Underground review. I think more so they enjoyed your reactions.
Well, I need to know what's happening with the Reptile Tribe and the Rabbit Tribe.
I'll only keep reviewing it if you promise not to watch it.
I will make that promise.
I want it to be the same as me not watching Total Divas.
I will make that promise, no problem. Alright, so these two...
I mean, just a very, Two teammates starting off very clean here.
Not just teammates, Sean.
Lovers. That's true. Have you seen the CD they put out?
No. They made music together?
They put out some... I don't think this is new. I think it's something old. I wonder if I could find it here. And it was just... See, The one thing about these two is that to type in, like, Golden Lovers just randomly, you really don't know what you're going to find.
Yeah. I think they've cornered the market on that search term, though, I would say, at this point.
I guess so. Okay, I found it. It is new. It only came out on July 11th.
Is it music?
Golden Lovers audio CD will be released on July 11th, which just the fact audio CD or a CD is being released.
Yeah,
it features
not a cassette. At least.
Okay, the tracks feature. We should have done this instead of Elias. The Golden Lovers theme song entitled "Golden Lovers."
Okay.
Kenny Omega's theme, "Devil's Sky." Kota Ibushi's theme, "Golden Star." Then we have Questmaster with "Devil's Sky," and then we have Shooting Star X performing "Golden Star." So it doesn't seem like it's too.
So they're not singing. Man, we just missed an excellent sequence here with Kota's combination and then Kenny trying to land a Hadoken, which was one of his signature moves at this time.
I'm not going to find this image, so let's not miss the match here.
So yeah, I guess establishing the stalemate between the two people who know each other so well.
Did you say if you watched this match or you haven't?
I watched a portion of it, and I think I've seen highlights, but I never watched it till the end. So this is pretty fresh to me. Even if I did, I wouldn't fully remember it.
Yeah. Man, I'm really taken aback by just how Kota Ibushi has not aged to me at all.
Not at all.
The hair's different. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same guy who was just, high-fiving Vince McMahon backstage.
Mm-hmm. So Kenny attacking the arm, looks like. WH brought up in a recent show that I did with him about how he really doesn't seem to like Kenny's overselling or his facial expressions that are often, and I think rightfully so, sometimes criticized for being over-exaggerated. Is that an issue at all for you?
It was during the cleaner gimmick part. I thought he was very over the top with it.
Like Hulk Hogan almost.
Yes, and I think part of that is the mindset that I think that transfers fairly well to the Japanese audience.
And also transferring well to people that are sitting really far back.
Yes, and I think that's kind of ingrained, especially in the Americans/Canadians, to kind of overemphasize that. And I don't look at it as the issue for Kenny Omega that I might have in 2015, for instance. I think he's toned that down a lot. In listening to that show, though, what I didn't agree with was that with Kenny Omega, with the heel antics with Ishii, I think that's a staple for most of your IWGP champions, is that ability to work with everybody and you play to the role of the match. You're not going to out babyface Ishii, so why fight that when you can play cocky heel without going too far that it's such a stretch. We saw that with Okada, where he could play the babyface fighting underneath Minoru Suzuki, who's the bigger bully. Why try and out-heel Minoru Suzuki? Whereas conversely, he can play the cocky ace that's replaced Tanahashi when Tanahashi needs to play babyface. So sometimes I think that that's necessary for your champion, because then you cancel out half the guys you could work with by just having this idea that I work with babyfaces or I work with heels, rather than you can make alterations to the story of a match.
It's a very different concept from, I think, how North America would do something like that, though.
Yeah, and I mean, you can argue whether that's positive or negative. I think that we're so ingrained that in a WWE main event program that if the current champion is AJ Styles, that eliminates him from working with Daniel Bryan because that's two baby faces. We don't do that. Whereas you could easily do that match and just make slight adjustments, like AJ just playing subtle heel, because why try and out babyface Daniel Bryan and fight for that?
Yeah, I'm watching this, and also it's interesting to kind of see maybe how far Kenny has grown as a professional wrestler since this point. It might kind of be something that'll reveal itself towards later on as we continue to watch the show, but we're seeing him continue to isolate that body part.
What is that on his arm?
What do you mean, that growth?
Yeah.
That little bump he has? I don't know. Just a wart?
A wart.
Perhaps?
It's an odd placement, for one.
Shoulder wart?
They're definitely pacing this match that they're going long.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very big departure from the opening 10 minutes of one of their matches now, that especially Kenny typically strong start.
Blow his load at the beginning and then all the way until the end?
Yes, instead they're not blowing their load here with the golden showers, which is probably another Google search that they have not exactly cornered the market on.
I wonder if Harold May has any issue with some of the naming of those moves. If there's
no more swearing. No more swearing.
Golden showers?
I'll
get away with that.
I feel W.H. Park was able to track down Harold May because Harold May has just made the proclamation that W.H. was loudest about the swearing, which I don't even disagree with. It is kind of overdone, but I will also argue I think it really worked for Juice's promos. I think it worked for a lot of them, and that's something that you don't want everybody doing it.
I thought it worked for Chris Jericho well enough, and you're right. You don't want everybody to be doing it at the same time. Oh, so Kota's going for the golden
Star is stopped.
Ooh.
Half Nelson.
Snapdragon, actually. Wasn't it?
We had the half.
Yeah, but I almost like... It's not so much about being able to swear a lot. I just don't really want censorship. I almost just want people talking like they're real people, like you would be able to on a UFC.
It's a logical move to make, though. If you're trying to expand, sure. I think that we're just so much accustomed to a WWE sanitized presentation that you don't want to... You like these guys' freedom. Like, when they're doing these promos, not one of them sounds scripted. Mm-hmm. And that is maybe people's fear. But I don't disagree with that.
I don't either. I guess I'm also just disappointed that we will no longer hear Bad Luck Fale say, fuck them.
That's a great point. There's some people that it certainly works for. Yeah. Certainly. Fale being one. I'd argue Jericho another. You might think that he did too much of it. But the fuckface was, that was his little catchphrase that it did get over.
It worked especially for Jericho because we've only seen him in an environment where he wasn't able to talk like that, so it was almost shocking.
Like, imagine getting Kevin Owens in New Japan and he's just swearing up a storm.
That would be amazing.
It's like just seeing the cuffs off of these guys. So we've got our first apron bump.
Yeah.
At a time that when they were not as in vogue as they would be, I'd say this was right around the period where that started to kind of take off.
Mm-hmm. So it's been pretty much all Kenny.
He's basically pinning himself with that cover.
It's pretty much been all Kenny up until this point.
Do you think there's any chance Kenny wears these trunks on Saturday?
Oh, good. I mean... I do like.
Could you see him wearing
a lot of these callbacks? I don't think he'll be wearing.
Could his tights have like a green or yellow element to
his Golden Lovers trunks do have a hint of green, right? So
you would actually expect that.
Yeah.
Just an updated version.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting how like this match of Kenny's feels much slower than what we're typically used to now.
This was the match Juice Robinson said in his promo. He watched over and over and over again when he was in NXT.
Is that right?
Yes.
Sami Zayn, I believe, was also in attendance for this show, working for DDT, and he said this was one of the best matches he's ever seen.
I can't remember what the attendance was at this show.
They do black out a good deal of the crowd.
Yeah, you can't.
I wonder.
I think that's a mistake. I don't like the not lighting the crowd element. This feels like it could be any arena in the world, and it could be 100 people or it could be 5,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Bedhead is never a good look this late in the match.
I wonder how much time the guy spends on his hair, because I don't think that look is... You don't just... It looks like you just wake out of bed with it, but I don't think it's that easy.
Do you remember the time frame of when he does the apartment match that we reviewed?
What year he did?
Roughly what year? I think it was before this.
Really?
Or was it after? I can't remember.
Some of the crazy things I feel like came after, but it could be before. I feel like it would have been after, but why?
Oh, I'm just curious. I'm just trying to...
DDT is something I definitely wish we could make a bit more time for, because...
Man, there's a lot of companies I wish we had more time to watch. There's just so much.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised that they've only gone to the floor once, and it was barely that they...
Still pretty early, I feel.
Yeah, we're like 10 in.
Yeah.
We're at 20 minutes on this video.
Yeah, I guess wait till the end, I feel. I mean, They're about to hit to the balcony now.
Well, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah. He's going to elbow that ward off is what he's going to do.
I wonder if too much emphasis has been placed on this balcony. Like, it'll be... Like, they have to do it.
They both have to do it, I feel. I think Kenny will do it first, and then you'll have Kota do it from the second balcony, maybe.
Maybe Kota wins the match after hitting the balcony dive, and it's announced he's been banned from Budokan again, and he can't go to the finals.
Do you think, though, that they would... Should we not even expect this balcony dive if the guy was banned in the first place for doing it? Maybe Budokan said, this time you're allowed to have Kota Ibushi come back, but you can't do the balcony dive.
It really makes Budokan look very petty to... Now that they're coming back with New Japan and it's a major show, it's like, sure.
Dude, no... There aren't even balloons allowed at this place.
Are you serious?
Okada says his balloons are not allowed at Budokan Hall.
Well, if that's the case, then I think it's questionable if they will be able to pull this off. Yeah. You have to tease it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you don't even draw attention to it. But that to me, that was the first thing everybody said. When they announced... when they made the announcement of Budokan, it was, A, can Kota Ibushi wrestle there, and B... a balcony dive.
And these two have been teasing balcony dives this entire G1.
Kota's been doing... He did at least 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny did the one in the bleachers. Yeah, I feel you have to, at minimum, tease it.
They can be creative. They could dive off of like a stage setting or something like that.
Oh, maybe Kota should dive off as a balloon is just let go in the fan.
Yeah,
like the helium, you see the balloon going up.
That's right.
Both will get pops.
Who do you expect the crowd to favor more? It'll be Ibushi, I think.
Yeah, I do too. I think especially during that final 10 minutes of the idea that he could go to the finals. Especially because this match is going to have the added benefit of who they're facing in the finals. So you're going to have everyone's dream scenario of whether it be Omega and Tanahashi is your possible outcome, Ibushi and Tanahashi... Or they could go a totally different route with Okada, for instance. But, I don't know. I really lean towards Tanahashi in the A block. So I think that's going to add a lot.
Right. Well, I think if Okada wins, I don't expect them to do Okada Omega for the finals because we've just seen it. So that would kind of telegraph the finish.
Jay White and Kota Ibushi in the final.
It's possible.
You don't think so? It's technically possible. I would just say that would probably, of every combination of the 6, that would be my least likely scenario. Damn. Just so quick.
Yep. A lot of, this is stuff they still pull off really well, exactly the way they did at this time. So, not that much change, I would say.
Yeah, I can't even say it's a case of where you even look today that I'm sure they are smarter workers now, but I look at this and it just seems like 2 guys that know exactly what they're doing. Oh, God. That was like a springboard spiral tap.
Yeah. I wonder if Don Shakudino would be ringside here.
I don't know. Budokan Hall might have a do not allow into the building list.
There's Michael Nakazawa.
I think they did a 4-way with him. It might have been Dino and these 2.
Well, they got a ramp. Didn't even see it before.
I always liked the elevated ramp. We're slowly moving away from the ring.
Mm-hmm. It's been a very, I would say, well-told story, a very well-paced match without too much risk yet at this point. So
This also would have been, I believe this took place like late August in 2012. And it would have been probably a week or two after the G1 finals that year. That was the year Okada had just come back and he won the G1 to and beat Carl Anderson in the finals.
Interesting.
So that's kind of the time period of New Japan at that point.
Could you actually look up the date of this match?
Yeah, sure.
I'm kind of curious because we might be like a year to the day of this match.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. I think it's like a week earlier, but Ibushi.
Yeah, those of you who are like, I could just look at the video title here, but I don't want to fuck up the recording.
Yeah, let's test our luck. Just says August 2012. This was August 18th, 2012.
Okay. And when's their match going to be? 12?
It'll be August the
Today's
11th.
Okay, about a week.
August 11th, yeah.
That's interesting.
1 week shy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this would have been right after the G1 that year. And that was the first year they had the whole briefcase gimmick.
Interesting.
Oh, I was meaning to ask you, for the G1 finals on Sunday, what is the likelihood of a Jericho appearance?
Oh, good question. The show is so loaded, you almost really don't need it, right? Like, I'd almost save that for the next big pay-per-view.
Do like a destruction run-in or something?
Yeah. Because Naito, his story is still... Well, I guess...
It'd probably be with Evil, right? Like, that's the angle that you've left.
Yeah. Don't you think Naito would get that win back, though, at some point?
Over Jericho?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I could see Jericho beating Evil first and then go back to Naito.
Right.
And I could see him and Evil... That could be a King of Pro Wrestling. It's possible.
Is Jericho busy, though? Like, is he...
I don't know his schedule right now.
Yeah.
I would say, based on how everything's gone down, it would not shock me if he did Long Beach now.
Sure.
I wonder what his attitude is towards doing U.S. shows now.
MSG.
He's definitely going to be wanted for some of these U.S. shows.
So Ibushi went for the last ride. Omega blocks it.
Oh, that was to the shin.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the knee. Ugh.
Yeah, typically that G1 final show is kind of known for a lot of big announcements, right? Or at least big teases of because I believe that's where the time bomb stuff first debuted, Jay White's things.
Yeah, the countdown they started then. Yeah, because they're doing... September's a very busy month. They've got 3 destruction shows, which are not the big shows of the year or anything like that, or even of the fall. But nonetheless, you do need main events for those. Mm-hmm. You've got Long Beach and King of Pro Wrestling, and I would figure you want to set some things in motion coming out of this weekend. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
There's been a little bit of sloppiness, I would say, in a lot of some of the high flying.
Some of this offense recently from Kenny is kind of just not as tight. I really feel like those 2 guys in Being the Elite right now. Some of their offense is not all that tight. This is only 3 1/4. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm really hating these moves.
I think so much of it is it's the way Ibushi takes them too, right?
Yeah, I wonder if this guy turns down any suggestions.
He probably comes up
with them. Oh, wow. Oh, I think he kicked that guy right in the groin when he landed.
In terms of moveset, I mean, Omega hasn't really changed a whole lot. And outside of the V-trigger...
Yeah, you've seen just little wrinkles that he's added. I mean, the big move was the Kreuzrath that he'll still bust out every now and then, but it's not his primary go-to.
Was that his finisher this time?
I think it was.
Oh, there they go.
Where are they going, Way?
No idea.
I gotta say, it looks like they're in a Costco building.
It's just dark.
They're in the back of a Costco building.
Sure. Yeah.
Man, this is like we're doing a site survey for this weekend. He's clapping to hope the lights come on. Don't miss this big spot. I want everyone to see it. Oh, Lord.
I'd love to see the reaction of like a Budokan Hall official watching this.
Yeah, thinking
Panicking.
of like Kenta Kobashi headlining this building so many times. He never climbed any of these scaffolds.
These DDT guys asked us to book this venue.
Yeah, Masawa and Kawada pitched this once, and we just wouldn't let them do
Holy
it.
shit,
Oh my
that is
god.
hard.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh!
Wow. Damn. This dude is nuts.
It's all empty up there, too.
Yeah, I guess they wouldn't have... Oh, Jesus, that
Holy
looks
Christ.
crazy. There's nobody to catch him but Kenny.
Oh! Gee, he fucking landed it, too, man. Jesus.
Oh my
That was, like, dead on the money.
It's amazing, like, so many of his dives are just, like, blind, and he just lands them, like, so gracefully and always on the mark.
Just an incredible flyer, man. Like,
Yeah.
damn. He did that effortlessly.
Yeah. Alright, guys, we gotta stop the match.
I will say, that exact same spot done at one of the shows this weekend where it's lit and there's people up there.
It'll be lit.
10 times spectacular. It would be lit.
I hope he does it right by WH.
WH, like, pulls out, like, a sandwich from his, like, backpack or something.
He just throws a sandwich at them. On Montreal.
And he slips.
Pickles, coleslaw. I just can't imagine what that does to your knees. And here's this guy, like, just getting up like it's nothing.
That dive. Now, this is...
Whoa!
Fuck. God, his neck just snapped back from that.
I guess, like, balcony dive, not that effective of a move, really. Like, Omega's just perfectly fine here.
It's no buckle bomb.
Yeah. He's setting up for it.
This is really impressive this late in the match.
Mm-hmm.
This crowd's going crazy.
Yeah. I do expect to see the Hadoken come back.
Yes, I could... yeah, totally.
Yeah.
This is where Tamatonga runs in.
I expect that too.
I could very well see them having this war, and then they have to fight off the Tongans.
Yeah. If the goal is to ruin the G1, I mean, it would make perfect sense for them.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. Quick swag.
That move really is nuts. But I wonder what the list is of guys in the G1 that can take that. Probably the majority, with the exception of, a Fale.
I like the one-winged angel better, though. It's you can argue it's more dangerous.
Jericho has said he'll never take that again.
Yeah, on a chair especially.
He was like, wrestling should not feel like this the next day.
Yeah, I know.
Which, coming from Jericho, makes me think this is a pretty good shot that if they ever have a rematch,
He will do it for sure.
he'll totally take it. It's a game for me now of decoding Chris Jericho. I feel I have a pretty good read on him.
That's right.
Oh boy, that was a really hard one.
2. Crowd goes wild. Wow.
I can't even hear them. It's so
Deafening.
loud. Yeah. He's definitely had that taken care of.
Yeah, probably at the same time as Adam Cole.
It's growing in the match, though. Cole needed surgery on that thing to remove it. I think like a punch from Dalton Castle that caused that.
Phoenix Splash. I mean, seeing Omega this late into the match, I could definitely understand some of like criticisms of him, of you not fully feeling like he's taken that much damage. To me, at least, like he is very almost cartoonish and.
It was definitely too much at a point. Like I don't find this over the top, but there was times that you're right. It was too much.
Yeah.
And I think as he's ascended kind of into this major singles role.
Oh God damn it!
Oh my God.
Yeah, those are some highlights that I like. Those are some spots that I don't actually recall from seeing. So that's crazy.
That to me is crazier than the balcony dive by a wide margin. Like the balcony dive, don't get me wrong, it's like executed like near flawlessly, but that to me is way more dangerous.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Oh my God. I don't want to see that on Saturday. I don't want to call it.
I think you might. What was that?
God.
You just knocked them off?
I've always wanted to see the match where guys do like every suplex imaginable, they kill themselves, and then it ends with like a roll-up
package.
Yeah.
All right, what's he going for here?
Last ride to the floor. Oh Jesus!
I get so nervous. Nice, that's awesome.
Imagine this guy on 205 Live every week.
That would have been his fate, him and Zack.
He would have been a Akira Tozawa.
Yeah. Him and Zack Sabre. Zack Sabre would be Drew Gulak, basically.
Yeah, and I don't think they'd give him the promo time that they've given Gulak.
Dickheads. Oh, God. Dickheads, look at my PowerPoint presentation. What are these guys doing?
Oh,
geez, what? Oh my God.
That was better than seeing the landing. Oh, Hurricane Rana to death.
Oh, that's nuts.
That was the Hurricane Ghana.
That is crazy.
This is an incredible match.
And he just gets up. Didn't he take the move? Or he did
he delivered it.
He did the move. Okay, I
can't
can't tell anything.
They do have this, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't know where he is, though.
Wild.
Get in. Win by countout.
What's that guy fanning him gonna do with his hand?
Thanks. I'm rejuvenated now. I got some whiplash there.
Keep in mind, I expect the Bucks to probably... Do you think they'll be ringside? Because they're all technically part of the same faction.
Oh, yeah. That's possible. Have a civil war where Matt picks one and Nick picks the other.
Yeah.
Nick aligns with Kota, saying, "We've been the Luigis all this time.
That's right.
Let's stop the Marios."
Yes.
Actually, Kenny Omega dyeing his hair black could be a pretty damn convincing Mario.
What?
Just picture him
No way.
with black hair and suspenders
and
on.
a mustache? No, I don't see it.
Maybe that's a stretch.
He looks more like a Bowser to me.
He fucking does.
Yeah. And I would picture Ibushi as Toad.
Kota Ibushi.
Ah, that's his name, right? The little mushroom dude?
Toad, yeah.
Yes.
The princess is Princess Toadstool, right?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I played Mario.
I played it just yesterday, actually.
No way.
I bought a SNES Classic.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you have Super NES?
Yeah.
I was a Sega Genesis kid.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I like Sega, man. I think it's really underrated.
Super Nintendo is where it's at. Hear those chants. Wow.
What do you think they're chanting?
This is awesome.
Roman sucks.
Yeah.
Even in FCW right now.
205. 205.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus.
Ooh. It's almost more rough watching these without sound. Like, because they look pretty
That jab looked like it hit him right in the face.
Snapdragon, he just gets up. Oh, in perfect position. Time to end this.
Oh,
there we go.
Wow.
V-trigger.
That was the version 1 trigger.
Yeah. The U trigger. I have to think of what letter came before B. Oh, he did the one wing name.
Yeah, he had them both.
One. Oh.
Look at him just.
He punches the turnbuckle.
That's what I did too. Look at that close up.
He should win it with the Hadoken, really. Should be the finisher.
That's where Budokan official runs in and just calls the match off. We're like, no. This guy's banned.
Now imagine, like, this match, but with, like, the importance of the G1. Or B block, at least, hanging in the balance.
Are you leaning towards a clear-cut winner or a draw?
Oh, so much of it depends on the outcomes
of Naito and Zack.
And A block as well, right? So, I can see them teasing a draw.
Certainly. I think it goes at least 25 for sure. Yeah.
But I think we'll have a clear-cut winner.
I really like the idea of, had they done a draw earlier.
Oh, awesome. Between?
If they had done a scenario where Kenny and Kota go into their final match where Omega's up by 1 instead of 2 points.
Yeah.
And they could go the draw.
Right.
And Omega still advances, but he hasn't beaten Ibushi.
Right. Beautiful.
Yeah, this is great.
Awesome. Minoru Tanaka special. The Northern Lights and the armbar. Oh, amazing. I mean, Kenny's, like, it's really understated how, like, the guy has competed in jiu-jitsu competitions, so the guy knows plenty of, like, ground game.
Doesn't use any of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a whole part of his game. Like, I kind of was looking for more of that in the Zack match.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a great, like, armbar transition there.
Is his nose busted open?
Yeah, looks like it. This match is going on for longer than I think I expected.
The Iron Fist. The Golden Fist.
Oh, he would make a great Danny Rand.
I know. I just thought of that.
Oh, man.
Couldn't be worse than the current version.
No, I would totally hire him.
The other day, someone tweeted out that, like, Iron Fist renewed for 10 episodes in season 2.
As opposed to, what, 13 or...
whatever
is
it
that
was.
Typical? Yeah,
and
okay.
our friend Diana was like, anything beyond 0 is unacceptable or something like that.
It's very funny.
Oh my god.
Wow, he was going for one-winged angel off the second rope.
Yeah, I definitely haven't seen the finish of this match.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a nose busted. Perfect. Oh. Maybe they'll try to reopen up Kenny's lip for this final match.
Probably won't take much. Whether they plan that or not, that's probably going to happen. Just blast him in the face with a lariat. Oh, God, is this like that Phoenix Plex? This was the move to Hiromu, man. Oh, God, this... Oh, God!
Oh, my God!
Jesus, fuck.
Oh, that's too much.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
I
don't like that at all. Oh, man.
God, he was right on his head, dude.
Yeah, from the second rope.
That's not a good move. That's just a really, really bad move.
They should ban that, seriously.
Harold May.
It's just, yeah, I definitely don't expect that come.
No, I think people will be really turned off by that, to be honest.
There we go. Wow. Yep, they definitely saved the best, like, the most dangerous spot for last with that one.
I'm sorry. I love you.
Oh, man.
They did the Cedric Alexander Mustafa Ali here.
That's right.
At the end.
What'd you think, man?
Really, really impressive.
Yeah, really great match. Even without the sound.
Yeah. You know, I expect every bit... I don't know if they're going to do as much dangerous stuff as they did in this one. I'm not saying...
I think they will.
No, they will go pretty far. I don't know if you're going to see some of this stuff.
Not that, but I think you'll see
nor do I feel they need it either. Like, that's going to be such a hot crowd.
You could say that about every Kota Ibushi match, and just look at what he's already done in this G1 thus far.
Okay, well, that Phoenix Plex...
No, not that.
That ain't happening.
Yeah, just out of respect, I don't think you should do that. But there's the Colt spray. Great match. How do you think that this match would have stacked up against what we've seen in this 2018 G1? Was it as good as the best that we've seen?
This wasn't above Omega Ishii for me.
No, but
Omega and Naito,
I would put this right below that.
Yeah,
like, this
would be probably top 3.
Yeah.
This was pretty spectacular. Mm-hmm. And we're kind of watching this cold, too. We're not watching this in 2012, which I think does change your perception of a match.
Absolutely. So that's quite the feat, the fact that this still holds up 6 years later after we've seen just intense crazy.
And I'll add this, not to break the fourth wall here, watching this on mute as well makes it very different.
I know. All right.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that match and enjoyed watching it with us.
This was an excellent match, too, from 2013.
Ibushi Nakamura.
I think that was on that Osaka show.
But yeah, I enjoyed doing this.
Yeah, this was great.
Great, because like we wanted to rewatch this match anyway, so it kind of like helps us do our homework for us while giving you guys some extra content. So if there are other matches that you think would be relevant for us to do one of these for from time to time, let us know. I think with the caveat that they're somewhat accessible. You know, we don't want to just watch some random match that nobody can ever see. So, anyway, thanks for joining us. Any closing thoughts? Like, any closing thoughts on the match itself? Or
no, I mean, we're talking on a Thursday. I'm really looking forward to these 3 shows coming up this weekend. Wei and I are going to have a podcast up Friday after the A Block final, Saturday after the B Block final, and then Sunday on both the free feed and the cafe feed, we'll have the final. So WH is going to join us Saturday, Chris Engler Sunday.
Yep.
So we will have some guests. So yeah, looking forward to it. That's all.
Post your thoughts on this match as well as what you think we may see replicated in the Saturday match.
Yeah, curious to see everyone's predictions going into the weekend as well. If anyone wants to go on the forum, we can get some predictions going as well. So that is it. Thank you for tuning into this. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And
Hadouken!